Hey everyone, John Ramsey here. I'm going to give it a minute to build a little bit of an audience. But guys, I'm almost tingling here. I am in Fort Myers. I am in Fort Myers, Florida, and I am at the Alternative Labs, the manufacturing facility for Valentus. I'm in the new facility, and all I can say, as I said in my description here, wow, wow, wow. It was almost exactly a year ago, right? Dave Jordan, president, founder, CEO, visionary, behind Valentus, him and I had flown to Florida and almost exactly a year ago. And we toured Kevin's facility, his out facilities, because Kevin, you had several buildings there in Naples. And this was in Naples, Florida. And, Dave and I left that, we left that meeting, we left, sitting down with Kevin, walking through, seeing how Optimum was made, just seeing the facility, and we walked out of there just, feeling wow, wow, wow. I mean, it was impressive. It was incredibly impressive, and not just impressive to see, but to hear. I mean, to hear and to sit down with Kevin, and you guys have all seen him on stage, and so the level of knowledge and intellect that this guy has, but to sit individually with him for an afternoon and then have dinner with him that night, I mean, Dave and I left just absolutely crazy excited. I mean, because this whole business, right, is built off belief, right? People by people. When you believe in something, and I look at, there's we're just, yeah, okay, there we go. Kevin just wanted to turn me to give me anyway, he wanted to give me a better view here, but I look at the success of, Valentus, the impact that Optimum, the impact, Kevin, that you have had on the success of Valentus, and we're growing crazy, right? I mean, it's, we title it hyper growth. And I just want to back up for a moment, because about 2 months ago, I was at corporate in Sioux Falls, and, to see the office as a whir of activity. I mean, the offices are full, not empty as they were a year ago, right? Dave just, opening a 100,000 square foot, shipping and handling and distribution center in Sioux Falls, and to see that, right? And to see, hundreds of pallets of products sitting in the warehouse ready to go out and service our members. And then, at conference, in Orlando, Dave was talking about, and Kevin, of course, you were there, you were talking about this facility. Dave came down after conference, right? Dave came down after the conference to tour the facility, and I've been hearing this is unbelievable, right? Dave and Joyce come out of this, they were here, last week or the week before?
About a week and a half ago.
About a week and a half ago. Called me afterwards, just blown away with what he was able to witness, and I happened to be in Florida today. And so I asked if I could stop by. This is not something anybody can do, but I asked a favor if I could come by. I know Kevin, and see this facility. And that's where just the wow. To have Kevin walk me through this facility. And this facility, Kevin, is probably $10 million. I mean, we were looking at doors, stacks of doors over here. I'm just going to turn this around here for a second.
Walk over there.
Okay, well, right over here, we got stacks of doors, and these are all stainless steel, insulated, fireproof, electric racks to move them. I mean, how many of there's 8, 10, 15? These are $30,000 a piece. These doors are $30,000 a piece. Air handlers over here to filter the sanitation in every room, individual sanitation with the HEPA filters, and all this is new equipment. This stuff brand new over here. He said he needed 4, he bought 8. Why? So he doesn't have to clean and shut production down to, clean the machine that takes hours to clean the machine. He can just have the night crew clean the machine and just put a new machine in and run another batch. I mean, it's just, I can't even tell you, and I mean, we're just looking at a fraction of it here. Just a fraction of it. This is almost 100,000 square feet.
We're just in the warehouse.
Yeah, we're in the warehouse here, but Kevin, we're going through. And folks, when this is done, which is going to be around in November, Dave's probably going to bring key people in here to see this and witness this. And Kevin's built it, so you're going to be able to walk around and see all this manufacturing, to see, I mean, all the pharmaceutical grade, from the micro air filters and the HEPA filters, and each room individual, and the quality control. I mean,
Viewing and inspection.
Viewing and inspection. I mean, we were at the last facility, and this is like going to, like we're at Pfizer or something. I mean, this is, folks, I wish I could take, you guys hear me say this all the time, right? I wish I could take out of my head and put into your head the picture I see and where Valentus is going. Well, I wish I could take out of my head what I just witnessed today, right?
Keep walking.
We'll keep walking. So, Kevin, tell us a little bit about the filter, just the air filter is crazy, or whatever. I mean, the level of quality control and everything is amazing.
So every single room has its own air conditioner, and we're talking about 38 different rooms, 38 different systems. And the air conditioners have HEPA filtration. The air conditioners have makeup air. So the air conditioners hook to outside air conditioners that bring in even more air, so we can constantly replace the air. So each room has its own sanitary separation. So if I'm making chocolate in one room, I'm making vanilla in another room, I don't want any crossover. So what we're going to do here is walk through.
You're saying that after you're done, then you replace the filter, and if you're going to do another, I mean, the filters are replaced like almost daily.
Every day.
Every day.
Time we do a batch, every filter is scrubbed. That's why we bought the extra machine. If you want to turn that camera forward, you can see some of the production rooms. There's one there.
Again, all this, folks, is empty right now. And I told Kevin, I says, this is going to be up and running in November. He's going to have 200 employees here. Everything's computerized. I mean, he's got rooms that they got to go change clothes in that is sanitized before they can go into the next room. I mean, it's just room upon room upon room. And then he's got all these windows. You can see all these windows here as he's walking people through. So you don't have to gown up and put on all the sanitation. You can walk through and he can explain what's happening in each room. And this hallway has got its own system, right? The hallway, just the air in the hallway has got its own system, so it doesn't cross-reference with any of the other.
Here. Each hallway has its own firewall, separate fire hazards, separate air conditioners, so that if I'm doing chocolate in the right side of the hallway and vanilla on the left side of the hallway, it has to go out of the chocolate room, through the hallway room, into the vanilla room. It's impossible. Nothing's going to be able to cross-contaminate. But the quality of the air, the humidity of the air, the temperature of the air, all of those things are really important, that we control all the manufacturing environments. And then different rooms have different particle requirements. We want less than 1,000 parts per million, for example, in certain dust-free rooms, where we would make tinctures or oils or non-injectables. We don't make that kind of pharma. But when we make all those little liquid products, like the Max.
Well, and one of the other things you were saying, and this was when we were out in the warehouse, you were talking about jail, right? All of the raw materials go into like a jail, right? A fenced, secured area, kind of like a quarantine. And then they are brought now into another room where is all another climate controlled, secure, sanitized, to get all those ingredients tested before they're actually put into warehouse.
Yeah, that whole, I'm not walking all the way, it's 100,000 square feet.
Yeah.
But there's a whole quarantine, validation, inspection, quantification, qualification of every single ingredient that comes in the building. And then it also goes through those same laboratories on everything that goes out of the building.
How many different, I mean there's sinks and sanitation places everywhere, but how many different, I know you've got like your area that it looks like we're walking there now, the I don't know, I call it a kitchen, the R&D, but you've got other laboratories all over the place.
There's 4 separate lab areas where different functions.
And these are all EPA certified, these are laboratories, and folks,
a majority of the decision. And Dave keeps buying companies and merging with people and doing that. So I think we've got 15 products that are on the plate that we have to work on right now. Plus I know we're going to keep coming out with more products. So not only do I have to have this facility to make them, I have to have a special laboratory that's just Kevin's, and I'm going to show you right now.
Okay.
Just to go ahead and come up with those new inventions and keep state of the art. So we're still in the middle of putting it together.
So folks, what you're seeing right now is just this is where you come up with the concoctions, right? I mean, this whole thing is where you come up with, and when we were in Naples and looked at this, how big was that lab about from where you are back to the wall? I mean, it was like, you know, like 10 feet by 20 feet and a sink and a counter. I mean,
this is bigger than a 2-car garage. And the idea is, I want to be able to work on something, just like you work on projects at home. I want to be able to leave it there and continue tomorrow and continue to work on it. So I've got sinks and incubators and benches and, you know, all the tools that I need, all the chemistry tools that I need, and we can go ahead and work on a project here and stay focused on a project till it gets done. And I've got 3 staff scientists that are going to help me, that are going to be working here. One of them works right now, the other 2 start next month. And that's all this room is for, is new innovations, to make all the new things that we're coming out with in the next 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 years. This is a legacy company that we're both building together. We want to be here for the next 50 years. And as new innovations in nutrition and wellness come out, we want to be on the cutting edge. We want to be the first factory to make them. We want Valentus to be one of the first factories to put them on the market and share the opportunities with everybody. And it all starts right here in this room.
and you know, Kevin, you've been in this industry manufacturing products for people for a long time.
40 years.
40 years. And you've come up with some unbelievable, like the Optimum coffee. And you've also probably witnessed other companies have the type of hyper growth, massive, explosive, huge growth that Valentus is. And of course, that causes its challenges. I mean, just like you're gearing up, forecasting our growth, you know, investing this $10 million into creating this facility to help support Valentus, and Dave's doing the same thing in Sioux Falls and everything else. But it's I mean, it's a challenge, right? I mean, when you grow $1 million, $2 million a month, this month will be probably close to $2 million. I mean, it's almost impossible, regardless of resources, to manage that type of growth. And so my hat's off to, I mean, because, you know, the little people, and I don't want to call them little people. I should never have used that. I apologize, folks, for saying that. But the newest distributor out there, you know, the person out there just making an extra $500, $1,000 a month. They don't know what's all going in behind the scenes, all the moving parts, all of the things that are happening, you know, behind the scenes, folks, to support all of these efforts. And it can be hard to imagine. It can be frustrating, but it's almost impossible to manage this type of hyper growth without challenges, without obstacles, without, and I'm just saying from a standpoint, folks, of being out in the field, to have a little understanding and have a little, because people are working around the clock to support this opportunity, to support this, you know, to get the products in the warehouse, to create new products. I mean, it's just, anyway, folks, I'm jacked sideways. Kevin's pointing at me, wants to say something else here too before we sign off.
Hey, so what happens is right now, there's a lot of excitement, a lot of story, a lot of patience, a lot of impatience, a lot of frustration, and this is what I call the exciting times. In 5 years from now, we got 85 products, we're doing $1 billion and a half a year, everything's going fine and smooth. That's when it starts to get boring. We're going to remember these times. Remember what we go through. Remember when you built that factory. Remember when you built that other factory. Remember when we put that new shipping warehouse up in Sioux Falls, all that. We're going to look back at those times. God, those were the fun times. That's when we're building and innovating. That's the backbone of America, is to innovate and build. But it does take patience. You get very frustrated. And a lot of people say, oh, I can't stand it, I can't get my product, and this is back ordered. And those things happen during growth. Nobody's never not going to get something. They might have to deal with some patience. And we're doing it, and the company is doing it. But there is nowhere else to go. There isn't another better option for better nutrition. There isn't another better manufacturing process to bring that farm to market, that seed to table excellence that you can touch and feel. You can come here and see your batches get made. And so you don't have to just wonder what's going on with your business that you're building. You can see it firsthand. So that kind of experience requires some patience, and the end result is a continuation of this massive explosive growth. So thanks.
Okay, well, guys, listen, I'm going to go ahead and sign off here. All I can tell you is we need to celebrate and take advantage of these times right now, because when everything, as Kevin had just talked about, when everything is running like a wild, well-oiled machine, when everything is perfect, when everything is perfect, I hate to say it, you've missed it. right? I mean, isn't that the truth? When everything is perfect, when we're running like a well-oiled machine, there'll still be opportunity there, and there'll be able to people come and join and have a great experience with us, experience our products and make some money. But I'm telling you, what we have right now excites the crap out of me, right? The challenges that we have right now don't frustrate me, they excite me, because that's what happens when you have hypergrowth. That's what happens when a company goes from $1 million to 10 million a month in the course of a 12-month window. So folks, with that, I'm going to sign off. Hope you have a great day. Wanted to come to you here this Tuesday. What's that saying happened in Vancouver that Dave tagged? Valentus is growing, the orders are flowing, and this thing is blowing up. So talk to you soon.